Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. As promised in our Salik retreat, we are here on a tour of one of the museums over here, and we're going to be going through some of the Seerah charts that we have over here. So right over here, if you come along, today's dars we covered the migration of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Now over here, if you see, that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, this is the sunnah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that everything comes in succession, in tadrij. For example, khamr, it became haram in succession. Likewise, salah became halal, or it became fard in succession. Many other things that we see in Islam, they came fard to Muslims in succession. Likewise, hijrah was the same, and we're not going to go into details, we covered this in the class. But eventually, after multiple ayahs and stories Allah mentioned in the Quran, the permission was given. Now we see Rasulullah ﷺ going out and heading towards Yemen, and deceiving the people in Makkah, thinking that he's heading towards Yemen. But eventually he turns back around and he goes to Jabal Thawr, and he stays there for 3 days. Now once he stays there for 3 days, there was everyone that was involved. There was a whole orchestrations of events that took place. There was Asma bint Abi Bakr. There was the slave that was responsible for bringing the sheep and the herds when Prophet ﷺ and Abu Bakr had crossed on the desert to wipe away their marks. Now, what we have to ask a question is that hijrah is very similar to the rise of Islam. What part are we playing in it? For example, in hijrah, every single person had a critical role to play. Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu anh, as soon as he had a little bit of a hint that Rasulullah is going to be migrating, he had the camels ready on the go at standby, like you have army planes on standby. The camels, these ships of the desert were on standby. They were ready to go any minute. And then they ended up at Jabal Thawr. They met Abdullah ibn Urayqid. They met him, and they told him that he's going to turn around and come back and meet them after 3 days. Now, over here, they're coming down and they meet Bani Mudlij. And by Bani Mudlij, it's by a place in Makkah called Qudayl. And Suraqat ibn Malik, if we come a little bit over, Suraqat ibn Malik, we have this chart over this discussing the story of Suraqat ibn Malik. But Suraqat ibn Malik, he was sitting with his sahabi, his ashab, his friends, and he saw Rasulullah. And they asked him, they said, "Oh, is this Rasulullah? We have 100 camels bounty. We have a bounty of 100 camels for him. Is that Rasulullah?" And he said, No, I know Rasulullah. I've seen him many times. This is not him. He actually wanted to follow him. And then he eventually followed him, and he went behind Rasulullah ﷺ. And the whole story is pretty famous to us, that when he went, Rasulullah made dua, and the two front legs of the horse went into the sand 3 times until he said to Rasulullah, "Aman, Aman, Ya Rasulullah," and he requested Rasulullah to give him a peace treaty, so that if he ever gets captured in the future, he takes out this peace treaty. What's really interesting is Rasulullah replied to him and said, "كيف أنت يا سراقة وفي يدك سواري كسرى?" That how you, O Suraqa, and in your hands are going to be the bangles of Kisra. And he thought about it. He said, "Kisra," and he confirmed. He said, "Kisra ibn Hormuz, Kisra ibn Hormuz, Kisra, the one that's there today." Rasulullah says, "Na'am, Kisra ibn Hormuz." And verily, the prediction of Rasulullah came true. And if you really, at the time of Umar radiallahu anh, when they opened and Kisra's, kingdom was defeated, they brought the bangles of Kisra, and as soon as Umar radiallahu anh saw them, he gave them to Suraqa, and Suraqa radiallahu anh, he wore them, and he said, قُولُوا مَاذَا قَالَ لَكَ رَسُولَ اللَّهِ. Say what Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam told you. And he was going around with the crowd and showing them, saying, كَيْفَ أَنْتَ يَا سُرَاقَ وَفِي يَدِكَ سِوَارَيْ كِسْرَى. Now, following along, this is the Cave of Thawr event over here. We've already discussed this. The migration to Medina. Now we're going to come on the other side. Again, this is not in order, but this is Jabal Nur. Now it's 200 meters high, the high point. So inshallah tomorrow we have an expedition going up there. I'm not going to be climbing it, but there will be people that are volunteering to do that service. Inshallah, we're going to be going there either tomorrow or the day after. in the morning, going up all the way to the top of this mountain. Ghar Hira is actually situated right on top of this mountain. But you have to climb up like this, and then turn around, and then the Ghar is like at the back over here. And you have to go, it's not very straight. Now it is being said, I haven't seen it, but it's been said that there's actually stairs. So that should make our job easier. If we can climb the CN Tower, we can do this, inshallah. Thank you so much, and that brings us to the end. Our next class tomorrow, before we end, is going to be on the Al-Bayt of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So we're going to be talking about his sons, his daughters, his wives, uncles, aunts, and everything. And this is basically the chart. Tomorrow's lecture is probably going to focus on the over here, which is Kulthum, Ruqayya, Fatima, Zainab, Abdullah, Al-Qasim, and where is Ibrahim? Ibrahim is not mentioned. Oh, right here, Ibrahim. Okay, and this is Ibrahim. So tomorrow we're going to be discussing this. The day after we're going to be discussing all the Ummahatul Mu'mineen, and inshallah at the end we're going to be discussing different the grandchildren of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. With that we come to an end. Thank you so much for Salik Retreat. Thank you for joining Salik Retreat 2011, and see you next time.